Gibbo presents.
It's Gibbo, and right now I'm joined by the driving force behind V-Rocket Sounds, Reggae Girls Promotions, and the UK Cup Clash. It is Lady V.
Yes, greetings, my brother.
V, the UK Cup Clash is set to make its return on Saturday the 19th of April at the Troxy in the heart of London's East Ends. But before we get into the specifics of this year's clash, I have to ask, why did you take a break from holding the events for the last 6 years?
Well, what had happened after the 2007 clash, some of the sounds said they would like to take a break from clashing. Some of the sounds, which was the big league sounds, they wanted to take a break, and also the economy was changing. Things was getting harder, and also I knew that the Olympics was coming, and there was going to be changes as far as Stratford Rex was concerned, which was the home for the event. So in 2008, we decided, along with my partners, ARM, Authentic Real Music, that we would have that as the final conflict and take a break, given the sounds that had said they'd like to take a break, and giving us a break. The event over the years that it had gone on for had been successful every year. It sold out every single year, and we wanted it not to get monotonous and keep repeating the same old. So it was an ideal time for us to take a break and leave it memorable.
How long have you been thinking about bringing the UK Cup Clash back for, and why is now the right time for it to make its return?
Well, since we took the break, there hasn't been a year that people has been calling, or you might bump into people in dances and they say, we really need the UK Cup Clash back. We're really missing it. The UK has real hardcore, dedicated Clash fans. So, I was always asked, when is it going to come back? So it was like feeling a bit of pressure, so to speak. But I would say maybe the last 2 years, I've been thinking maybe it's time to bring it back. So last year I decided to host the Winner Takes All, which consists of purely UK sounds, to, just get a feel of the sounds that's out there doing things, and obviously to see if the Clash fans were still up for, showing up for the event.
And the attendance for that event was extremely good.
Yes, we did that in Leicester, April of last year, and it had a good attendance.
Can you tell me what the format and the rules of this year's UK Cup Clash will be?
Right, the format, it's actually 6 rounds, Gibbo. There is the first round that consists of, it's a 10 minute each sounds, and that round is a non-elimination round. In that round, the sounds are allowed to play 45s. Round 2 is also 10 minutes each sounds, and that round, one sound will be eliminated. Round 3, I've decided to change the concept, because before in UK Cup Clash we used to have a round that we'd call strictly vocals. But having taken a break for so long, I just thought it would be, try to make things a bit different, a bit more exciting. So I've come up with the idea of having that round strictly combinations, which means you have to play more than one artist on the rhythm. It's a combination of either 2 artists, 3 artists, 4 artists, whatever. But it's a combination round. And that round, you cannot play a combination 45. So no 45s allowed in that round. 2 sounds will be eliminated in that round. Round 4 is another 10-minute round. And again, 45s are allowed. 1 sound will be eliminated. Round 5 is another 10-minute round. 1 sound will be eliminated for that round, but no 45s are allowed. And then, obviously, round 6 is tune for tune, where the last 2 will be facing off and playing the best of 10 tunes each.
I'm certainly looking forward to hearing the combination rounds. Do you feel it's necessary for clashes to adopt new rules and try new ideas in order for the scene to flourish and grow?
Absolutely. It's to me, you've got to keep it interesting for not only the male side of the industry, but also the female side. And this is why I've gone for the lineup that I've chosen for this year, and why I've expanded the fact that 3 rounds are allowed to where you can play 45s. In the past, we did used to have a 45 round where everybody had to play 45s. Now, although some of the rounds you're allowed to play 45s, just like Reset, you don't have to. And I find that a lot of the sounds choose not to play 45s. But I just believe that it eases some of the pressure of people having to cut enormous amount of dubs. And it's the fact that you can dip in and out of 45s, I think it can generate some excitement, especially for the female side of the clash industry. So it's a good thing to try and change things up a bit to keep it interesting.
On the booklet for the event, it says Reggae Girls and ARM presents. Are Irish and Chin also involved in the organisation of the event?
Absolutely not. UK Cup Clash started back in 2002 in Nottingham at the Marcus Garvey Centre. At that time, it was strictly my event, Reggae Girls. It then moved to London in 2003, and I linked up with Authentic Real Music, who's based in London. So it would help because it's a UK-wide event. It would help, in the promotion and stuff. And also at that time, BBC One Extra felt that it was a great event. So they was involved over the years since 2002 up to 2008. So no, it's never ever been an Irish and Chin promotion at all.
So who decided the lineup for this year's clash? Was it you by yourself, or was it a joint decision between yourself and ARM?
Well, normally I would sit and look at the lineup, and then I would speak to my partner to make sure he's happy with it. He does tend to trust me, so initially I'm the one that would sit and look at the lineup. But when I'm doing the lineup, what I normally do is look at 2 years lineup. So I look at trying to have a balance for this year, and then look at what I would be doing for the following year in the way of who we're going to put for the following year, so that we don't have a balance then. So I normally look at 2 years. So I'll make a list of year 1 and make a list of year 2, so that I know where I'm going from 1 to 2.
So which... Sorry, carry on.
If you understand, because what I like to do is make sure that I don't put all the same sounds in. I try to spread it out so people don't come and see the same people this year and next year. So you have some of the sounds that Clash fans expect to see, like the Bass Odysseys, like the Kilimanjaros, the Mighty Crowns, the King Addies, Black Cat back in those days, and obviously David Rodigan, Love Injection. So I tend to have 1 year where I try to split some of those sounds off and put them for the following year.
Which other factors do you take into account? Do you take into account a sound's following and their history, their recent Clash performances, their geographic location?
A combination of things. And basically, the question, you've more or less answered it. I like to have people from different countries. If you look at the history of UK Cup Clash, you will see UK sounds, you'll see a sound from Europe, Jamaica, America. To be honest, I've never used a sound from Canada, for instance. But it's important that I try and use book sounds from different countries. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect, obviously, is sounds that I feel that the UK Clash fans want to see. Also, sounds that has a fan base in the UK. Sounds that has a following. And I've also got to take into consideration the finance. If I was going to put all the major sounds in one arena, the cost is going to be out the window. So it's a number of things that I have to take in consideration. Globally, people who's doing well. Sometimes a sound might not be doing too well in another part of the world, but people in the UK may want to see them because they've never seen them clash in the UK. So it's a combination of things.
Mighty Crown made their return to the Clash Arena at World Clash Resets in New York at the end of last year. Did you ask them if they'd like to take part in this year's Clash?
Well, one of the things, they was considered, but because Mighty Crown annually does a UK tour every year, the tour was planned for May, June. So I felt a couple of things. Mighty Crown has only missed, I believe, if I remember correctly, maybe one UK Cup Clash. I didn't want to bring back the UK Cup Clash and start with all the everybody that we've had on it before. There has to be a break somewhere. And because also one of the decisions that I made to leave Crown off this occasion is because their tour starts in May. If you look in the booklet, you will see that Mighty Crown starts their UK tour towards the end of May. They actually start around the 23rd of May, 23rd, 24th, onwards to the 31st of May. So I thought, with them coming into the UK to do their juggling tour, I just thought, well, it may not be a bad thing to leave them off the Clash this year. Their fans are going to miss them off the Clash, but there's always next year.
I have to ask about David Rodigan. He came so close in 2008 against Bass Odyssey. Is he taking a break from clashing at the moment?
I believe David is doing, I can't 100% answer that, but David is somebody that I have the utmost respect for. And he's a person that would never. He finds it difficult to say no to me for some reason. But I have to respect what he's doing. He's doing different things now. He's been selling to a company, and I can see that David would rather not be doing clashes at the moment. So sometimes you've just got to, honor people's wishes. I'm sure at some stage, I'll pick up the phone and call him and says, David, the people them ready for you again, where I say. And I'm sure at some stage, David will come back to the Clash Arena. It's in his blood. But at the moment, I think maybe it's a case that he's wanting to take a break.
Did any sounds decline your invitation to take part in this year's Clash?
No, not any. All the sounds that I approached, none of them said no. So
we have your first choice lineup.
More or less. There's other people that I looked at and considered, but I didn't actually pick the phone up and ring them because, like I said earlier on, the plan is to have some of those sounds live spare for next year. People like Love Injection, LP International. There's maybe a few sounds out of the US. There's also other European sounds, Supersonic, and a couple of the sounds out of Canada that I could look at. But at this moment in time, there wasn't a sound that I picked up the phone and called and said, I'd like you on UK Cup Clash, and they declined. No, there wasn't any.
Gibbo.